feel the power of the dark side.
Hello there, humans and non-humans alike. This is the Doctor speaking. And today I want to talk about Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Specifically, I want to talk about, well, those bad reviews that this movie has been getting. And it's not a lot. I mean, I've basically just seen about, I'd say around 10 of those reviewers that are bashing on the movie, but here's the problem that I have with it. Most of those guys, they don't really give you an exact reason to why they don't like the movie. You know, let me give you an example. I mean, I just finished watching one, which is the reason that I'm doing this, because I wasn't gonna do this video, but when I saw that one, I just had to. It's basically someone, well, pretty much bitching about the movie, but he doesn't give any real reason to why he doesn't like the movie. You know, I mean, most of the reasons he gives is basically him not paying attention. You know, and I'm not gonna mention any names or anything, but let me put it like this: in a 10-minute video where he's bashing about Star Wars: The Force Awakens, the only thing that I could agree with him was the lightsaber part. How Luke's lightsaber, you know, is just there. That is the only thing that I could agree with him in a 10-minute video. You know, he went on to say, yeah, well, it's blurry, you can't see anything, and I'm like, what? It's blurry? I mean, what, dude, well, what theater did you go to? Because I could see everything crisp. You know, every movement, the lightsaber, well, the lightsaber battles, they weren't really up close most of the time. But I could see everything, you know, the fight between Kylo Ren and Finn, I could see every movement. You know, and maybe it's because I've studied Kendo and Battle Jutsu for quite a long time, like 7 years now, I think. But I really had no problem with seeing the movements, none at all. Another thing that he talks about is how the Millennium Falcon was just there, you know, it was just there. And that's how he went from there to how the lightsaber was just there, but he started with the Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon wasn't just there, it was explained how it got there. Han Solo explained it and even said that that's basically the reason that they were there. They were looking for the ship that was stolen multiple times until it ended up in that junkyard. You see that? And it's things like this. There are many other reviewers that talk about the movie, but to me it just shows that they really weren't paying any attention. You know, I don't know if they were sleeping through the whole movie. I mean, I also had another one say that people were sad at the end of the movie. You know, that it was dead silence and nobody liked it. And again, I must ask you, what theater did you go to? You know, was that that awesome theater that it's online or something? Because I've seen this movie twice in theaters, I've seen it twice online. And first of all, both times I could see everything. But when I was in the theater and the movie ended, people gave it a standing applause. That part where Han Solo died, I was looking next to me, and this older lady, I'd say probably around 50. I think she was there with her grandkids, but she just started to cry. And that scene to me was powerful, and not just me, many people. You could feel the tension basically in the theater when Han Solo, because yeah, I'll agree, you could see what was coming. You know, people spoiled it for me before I went to the movies, and I knew what was coming. But it didn't ruin anything for me because that scene was powerful. You know, I mean, I don't know what what kind of emotions they were looking for, but I could see it right there. And one thing that I will agree with many people are that the character of Kylo Ren, it could have been done better. I will agree with that, you know, because he was menacing. Before he took his mask off, he was menacing, he was awesome. And then when he takes his mask off, it's not that awesome. I'll agree with that, but here's the thing. When you have a character like that, that has the mask on the whole time, and is basically doing badass stuff the whole time, and he takes his mask off, it's basically never going to be what you expect. Because in your mind, you're thinking, oh shit, it's this badass character, this, that. But remember, Kylo Ren isn't that old. You know, and he's basically just a kid struggling. That's him, and I find that they played that part well. I'll be honest, I didn't like the character, but that's the point. He's supposed to be this character that you... Well, I think it's mostly that people can't really relate with him. And they just look at his face and they're like, what? They went from the mask to that face? Look at that face. You know, he looks like a little emo kid. Well, okay. But let's go back to Anakin Skywalker in the prequels. Would you expect Darth Vader to be like that? I doubt it. You know, and that's my problem, and that's basically the message I have to all these people. You really need to watch the movie again, and this time pay attention. Because many of the things that you guys are saying simply isn't true. You know, and you can see that just by simply paying attention and watching the movie. I don't know if you guys, because when I go to the movie, I basically never go with friends. Because we'll just start talking and all that. The first time I went alone. The second time I went with with a girl that I know. Not really my girlfriend, but well, maybe in the future, we'll see. But yeah, I like to go with people that don't talk to me while we're in the theater. And well, the friends that I have, they just love to talk. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, enough of that. That was basically all I wanted to say about that. About the bad reviewers. I mean, sure, maybe there are a couple that have good reasons, but the ones that I saw did not have good reasons at all. I mean, they basically weren't paying any attention. I mean, I don't know if they had their eyes closed or whatever, but they weren't paying attention. Now, let me just go to a quick review of the movie. There are gonna be some spoilers. I'm not gonna spoil too much though. Do I think the movie is good? Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah, this movie is great. If you're a Star Wars fan, go watch it. If you've seen it already, go watch it again. If you don't have money for the theaters, you can find it online. I mean, like I said, I've seen this movie 4 times, twice online. And it's basically pretty good. You know, it's not that blurry. I mean, that's what I find funny when people say it's blurry. I watched a cam version of it, and the cam version wasn't blurry. That should tell you something. But yeah, is it as good as the original? No, it's not as good as the original. But I doubt that we'll ever see a Star Wars movie that can capture what the first movies did. Because remember, when that movie came out, there was nothing like it. You know, that story was original. So no, it's not as good as the originals. Is it good as... I don't even need to ask it, but is it better than episode 1, 2, and 3? No question about it. No question about it. Alright, there's none of that bullshit dialogue. You know, it's the pacing is great. You know, they don't have that old Senate scene or that old stupid ass love scene between Anakin and Padme that just puts you to sleep. You know, I don't like sand. It gets everywhere. Here everything is soft. Fuck that shit. No, it's not how people talk. So no, there's none of that bullshit in it. Now, are there problems with this movie? Yeah, there are problems with this movie. You know, there are certain parts, like I said, the lightsaber part. I understand that. They could have given us a little bit more. They might do that in the second movie. But yeah, the lightsaber part, yeah, the lightsaber, it just ends up... I forgot the name of that little alien Mars something. But yeah, the lightsaber just gets there. That part was weird. You know, I mean, I was like, what? How? You're not gonna explain it? Well, okay. But that little part, it didn't really bother me that much, you know. But it does stand out. And there are other parts in the movies where you're like, but how does that work? You know, when like Finn, how is Finn able to take on Kylo Ren? I mean, I know Kylo Ren was injured, but still, I mean, and I know Kylo Ren was playing around with Finn. You know, I mean, when Kylo Ren actually got hurt, he got serious, and he dealt with Finn in a second. But still, I still didn't think that, unless, because to be honest, what I think is that they were planning on making Finn a Jedi. And then they got all the backlash because there are stupid people out there, and I'm gonna make another video about that one day. But it got backlash when it looked like Finn was going to be a Jedi. And to be honest, I think that when they saw the backlash, they were like, you know what, let's change it, at least for the first movie. We'll see if people will calm down later, and then we'll see what we'll do. Now, and a lot of people are talking about how can Rey take on Kylo Ren like that. Now here's the thing with Rey. I think it's going to be explained in the second movie how she could do that. Because I think Rey was trained by Luke. I actually think Luke is Rey's father. That's what I think, and that's basically, well, to me it looks like that's where it's heading. But remember, when Rey grabs that lightsaber, she gets memories. I mean, you do hear Obi-Wan, so not all the memories are of her. But she does get all kinds of memories, and one of them is her being, well, stranded basically on Jakku. And it's never explained who put her there, why she was put there, what happened before. It doesn't seem like she even remembers what happens before. So to me it looks like after Kylo Ren fucked up all that, the Jedi Academy, Luke took her daughter, and out of fear that he would turn to the dark side. I mean, if you get your, who knows, maybe his wife was murdered or whatever, and he was afraid that he would turn to the dark side. So he took his daughter, put her somewhere safe, mirroring how he grew up, and they just mind wiped her. That's what I think, you know. But that's basically just a theory, a film theory. But yeah, the next thing, Han Solo and Chewbacca, they were just great. I mean, to be honest, I didn't see Harrison Ford. What I saw was Han Solo, an older Han Solo. That's what I saw from the moment they just came in. And it's not like they were, oh, we're gonna do this whole like scene where you see Han Solo and this, that. No, they kept it simple. The door just opens, Han Solo and Chewbacca walks in, and Han Solo goes, Chewie, we're home. It was that simple. And even though it was that simple, it was powerful. Like really powerful. Because let me just put it like this: when I was in the theater and Han Solo walked in, the whole theater just lost their mind. The whole theater just started shouting, yelling, Han Solo, yeah. And people needed to calm down for me to actually understand what was going on, because people were tripping when Han Solo came in. And he kind of carries this movie, like Angry Joe said, he carries this movie, or he doesn't even need to do. This movie stands great by its own. But whenever you see Han Solo in it, I couldn't just help but smile. I just had a smile on my face whenever Han Solo was on screen, and Chewbacca, and you know how they interact. It was the same. It was the same as the original. You know, it's like they just were able to pick up where they left off. You know, I thought Leia was a little weaker in this movie, but she didn't really get that many scenes, so I can understand that. Finn, you know, John Boyega did a great job. Daisy Ridley Damn, wow, I'm starting to get a